Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanya, and today I'm going to do a reaction video for you. I had everything all set up. Everything was perfect. The animals were leaving me alone. Everything was going right. I should have known. Now we had this explosion of noise because Tika jumped from this table all the way over there and knocked something off the counter and it spilled everywhere. And now you're gonna hear my dog. What Tika knocked down was a little bowl of cat food. And now my dog is eating it all. Anyway, so what I was trying to say before I was so rudely interrupted by the cat is I am reacting to Truck at Prayle today. I love reacting to Truck at Prayle. He posted this video 2 days ago, and I was very excited to watch this. This is called Trucking in Australia is Nothing Like I Expected My First Week. I was excited to watch this actually because I do not know at all how trucking works in the UK or in Australia. So I'm going to be learning everything about it. And I barely even know how it works in the US because I'm not a trucker and I don't personally come from a trucking family, even though we have had truckers in the family and stuff, but they're not like my parents. So I don't really know all the ins and outs of it. And I've had friends that are truckers and stuff, but like I said, I don't really know exactly how it works. I've never been a trucker or married to a trucker, but I think I know kind of basics. And I would assume, I'm so sorry. It was so quiet in here. The heater wasn't kicking on. She's being so noisy. I even convinced her to go in the other room right before I started, and I got her to stay in there. I got her to stay in there until this happened. Anyway, what was I even saying? Shit. I think I was saying, so I can only assume that the basics are the same in these countries, like basic rules of the road, weight, you know, those sorts of things. Well, weight and things like that might vary place to place, but I think like the basics are going to be the same with like other types of differences. So I'm going to learn all about this. Well, not all about trucking, but I'm going to learn about some differences today. And maybe you guys will learn some stuff too.
So this week has been the first week of me driving a truck in Australia. And driving a truck in Australia doesn't just look different, it feels different.
It feels different.
You see, in the UK, everything just seemed a bit rushed. Tight little roads, tight schedules, it just all seemed a bit, a bit much. But here in Australia, it just seems to be a bit more relaxed.
Laid back.
You kind of just get on with it, and you're not watching the clock.
A definite culture,
you know, just trying to
difference.
squeeze through tight little spaces or tight villages and try not to knock off your wing mirrors.
Oh my goodness.
When you hit
wing mirrors? Is that what you call them? My mind just went totally blank right there. So I think what he's saying is because the UK is so small, and the roads are much smaller, it would be much harder to get around in a big truck. Maybe parking lots are harder to move around, and stops you have to make. I guess that in itself, like space issues, would be enough to make anybody go crazy, I think. Like that would be so frustrating to like deal with space issues in a big, large truck.
the road, you hit the road, yeah, you might have to get out of a tightish yard and then that's it, you're just off you go, because it's all big open highways here. Now maybe this is unique to this job where I am or the part of the country I am, but yeah, everything just seems a bit calmer. I was expecting it to be a bit more tighter time scales and a bit more rushed, but from what I've what I've gathered, that yeah, there just doesn't seem to be that kind of, let's get the job done but get it done safe. And yeah, in the UK it was just like I said, a rush. There was this moment today where I just sort of realised we're like
so like I said, I don't know exactly how it all works in America. I know that every state, every city, every company is different, so it's not a one size fits all for every trucker. But I think it's similar with, you want to get everything done quickly if you can, but also properly, but also safely. And I know just from, because I do have truckers in my Discord, and they'll talk about, oh, I'm stopped here because the weather is bad, so it's too unsafe to continue driving in this truck on these roads. And that could be due to wind, it could be due to snow, rain, it could be whatever, ice, but they do want you to be safe. And so with the UK not having the type of extreme weather that the US does, I don't know if they have those types of issues. Maybe wind and stuff, but I don't know what else. You know, whenever they do have little bits of snow, I think everything shuts down because they don't know what to do with themselves. Whereas I live in Illinois, and and this is not an exaggeration or a joke. You know, even though there's memes of it, but the memes are there because it's true. Your boss is yelling at you with there could be 2 feet of snow outside, and they're like, hey, there could be all that snow outside, and your boss is like, why aren't you in here yet? Hurry up and get your ass to work. They don't give a shit if you're snowed in. They don't care. You know, if you're late, they'll be like, then you should have started at 3 a.m. cleaning off your car. You know, that's how it is here, because we have the stuff to clean the roads and clean the cars. And so when things in town, like a bunch of things decide to close, not just a small amount of things, but like big major companies, major universities, things like that, when they all close for a day, it's kind of a big deal. You know, the weather is really bad if some of the biggest places are closing that day. So it's very different than, and that had nothing at all to do with what he was saying, but I'm just saying, you do come here for my rambling and points of view, right?
I'm not fighting the road anymore. I'm just driving, and I'm just enjoying driving.
That's nice.
Just things like going down hills and using your engine brake and hearing the roar of the engine and not stressing about cars cutting in front of me. Don't get me wrong, you do get people on single carriageways that do tend to overtake you, but generally there's nothing coming for the other way for a bloody mile. So it's not like you're stressing that, you know, you've got to slow down and they're gonna hit someone.
Well, we do have traffic here.
Yeah, you get the occasional idiot that might try and overtake you where they shouldn't, but majority of people are pretty good, especially out here in the country. Who knows, maybe I'm just in the honeymoon period, you know, it's all new, got a nice Kenworth. It's like that luxury sort of stage where everything feels good, but I don't know.
Kenworth is an American.
It feels like
truck,
freedom,
right?
Whereas driving in the UK, I don't know. I didn't ever get that sense. I liked driving. I've always liked driving, but yeah, in the UK, I just felt it was a lot more stressful than here.
I got cut off by an ad. It's nice that you can move to a whole different country and do a job that's the same as what you're doing before, but your stress levels are way lower. Like, I don't know how many people experience that, or if like the reason why they're moving to the other country is because they know that their job is going to be less stressful. But that's a definite plus.
days like today,
Sorry,
where it's made me realise that, you know, this is one of the reasons why we moved here. It's just a slower pace of life. It's just, yeah, it's just. I've done long hours today. Don't get me wrong. I say long hours, not really.
Some people just prefer the simplistic life.
6:30 now. I've just finished.
I do. Oh my
Started
God.
at 7 this morning.
The dog. Again. She's thirsty. So thirsty, guys, after eating all that cat food that spilled. And the only reason why I allowed her to just sit there and eat it is because I didn't feel like getting up and sweeping it up. Don't come for me. Think you're good and hydrated, okay? Let's continue.
It's not even 12 hours, so yeah, it's not long hours, is it? In truck driving terms, that's quite a breezy little day. So I can't complain, that's for sure. One of the big differences that I found here trucking in Australia compared to the UK is that you're not just a truck driver. It's more than that. There's a sort of, I don't know, maybe, like I say, maybe it is just because I'm in the country. Maybe it's different here than it is maybe in Perth or any of the other big cities in Australia. But here, I don't know, you turn up.
I just want to say this really quick in defense of him. He is speaking from his own personal point of view, and his point of view is out in the country. So he is going to have a different point of view than somebody who is in a city that is considered a city, considered a, you know, a hub of you know, people. So obviously he's going to have a different point of view than a lot of people, because there are less people in the country. So I just wanted to say that really quick, you know, for all the people who say, well, in particular about people who are doing videos and they're not living in a major city, because their views do tend to be different. Just like my views are going to be different in my city compared to someone's views in one of the little towns that is maybe literally 8 minutes outside my town, let's say. Even though my city is not huge, my city is only 150,000 people, and it's considered urban, but it's not urban at all, really. It has very small town vibes, but still, our area is gonna be different, considered different than somebody who lives in one of those little towns of 1,000 people 8 minutes from me, or 10 minutes, or 5 minutes from me. You know what I mean? It is just different. And sometimes I get comments from people in these major cities saying, well, that's not true at all. And I'm like, okay, but if you live in that area, maybe it is true. Maybe it is true in that area. You don't know. I also want to say, I apologize to you, Truck at Prayle, because it seems like in a lot of the videos that I do reacting to you in particular is when I get the most freaking interruptions, okay? And I feel so bad about that. So I just wanted to say I'm sorry for that, but I'm sure you don't care. I'm sure you're fine. Anyway, let's keep going.
You're trusted, you just get on with it. Like, if you've got your forklift license, which I have now, you can unload yourself, and yeah, you can just sort of get on with your day.
That sounded dirty.
Whereas in the UK, it was like you pulled up and it's like, oh, hi, drive, yeah, I'll be with you in a minute. And then an hour later, they come and start unloading you. That's an hour of your...
It's been probably 2 years since I have said this. I don't say this often, but I have a very dirty mind. I think a lot of people know that. If you're in my Discord, you definitely know that. And literally, I'm sorry again. I'm going to apologize to you in advance because you were a sweet family man, okay? But you're also still a man and you're going to get it. But everything you just said sounded so dirty. And literally, somebody could just take that one moment and say that about like some like rom-com, you know, or some sitcom where like The Office or something like that. You know what I mean? Don't come for me. I have a dirty mind, and I thought that was funny. And I only said something because I started to laugh in the middle of the video, and I can't hide that. And I'm not going to rewind it and react to it because I don't react to things in a fake way. I'm not going to act. My reaction to these things is just my reaction to these things, and that's the way it is. It is a first-time reaction, and that's all it is.
A day where you could have been doing something else, or home quicker, or you know what I mean? You just could have got more done and been more productive in your day if you could unload yourself. And
I get that.
At first,
though.
I was like, oh, you have to unload yourself. That's a bit strange, but I get it. I don't want to be waiting around. I just want to get my job done and get back on the road.
No one wants to wait on another person.
Driving's the best part of their job. Yeah, I don't know.
Because you're away from people.
How I didn't really think of these things. I used to just sit there in my truck and just doom scroll through my phone while I was waiting to be unloaded. And yeah, here you're just sort
Don't
of
really got to do that so much.
more active. You just sort of get the job done and go home rather than sitting around eating, getting fat.
I tell you what, I hear about the guy in my Discord talking about waiting around all the time.
You've had any experience of driving in the UK and Australia, let me know in the comments, because yeah, it's my first week driving here, and the differences have shocked me. I've been pleasantly surprised, actually. Also, there's a lot more things that I didn't expect to be so different in terms of the setup in the truck. Different buttons, park brakes, you name it. There's so many different types of things.
I don't know what kind of truck he was driving in the UK.
That have just thrown me little bit by bit. Even the airlines, they're just different connections to the UK. Most trailers over this side, apparently, unless they're like the newer versions, don't have ABS, whereas in the UK I don't think I ever took a trailer that didn't have ABS.
I don't know.
So yeah, just things like that, and then getting used to obviously a road train, or I say a road train, a B double, but yeah, for people back in the UK. So I have to clarify this for people that are watching this. Australians, you'll get upset and say to me, it's not a road train, it's a B double. I get that. People in the UK don't know what a B double is. So when I say road train, they understand that it's more than one trailer. So I just want to clarify that for everybody. But yeah, when you're connecting up to a B double, obviously that's different. Reversing, it's like starting all over again in a B double. It takes a while to get used to it. I'm still hopeless at it at the moment, but as time goes on, I'm sure I'll be fine.
You'll get there.
Like anything in life, isn't it? You just keep going at it. So yeah. Oh guys, I'm not going to go on and on, but if you are new to the channel, then thanks for joining us. If you've got this far, then thank you very much. My journey is going to be all about,
be sure to follow him,
basically moving here to Australia as a truck driver, and yeah, just trying to vlog it and just show people what it's like here as a driver. So yeah, if you have liked the video, then don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, even swipe across, give it a hype, really helps the video out, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.
Oh. That's country music. I love country music. It's a nice truck. I see like dozens and dozens of those a day, especially because of where I live. What a beautiful area. I love that wide open space. I know that there are people out there who like look at something like this and think, that's not pretty. That's not a gorgeous view. That's not what beautiful nature is, or that's not a beach or mountain or whatever. That is pretty. That's just pretty in a different way. And it doesn't mean it's less pretty, it's just a different kind of pretty. They're both equal in my opinion. My area looks a lot like this area where he lives. I feel like he's literally driving in the outskirts of my town. That's how much it looks like it. So I think it's beautiful. Another great video by Truck It Prayle. I'm sorry that this one was like twice as long as I meant for it to be, and I got a million interruptions. So I apologize for that, and I apologize for my dirty mind, and I apologize if I offended anybody, and I apologize and apologize and apologize. Apologize for everything. Seems like you just can't win these days, but I'll tell you what. You will never ever make everybody like you and please everybody. And if you try to please everybody, you will please nobody. So I give my real actual opinions on things, and you either agree with it or you don't, but I am at least me. I'm at least true to myself. But anyway, I won't keep this going longer than it needs to be. It's already longer than I wanted it to be. But once again, I just wanted to say, great video. I was so excited to watch your first video back trucking again. Because I'm one of those people, I did not follow you when you were in the UK. I didn't know who you were. I apologize. I did apologize. I did not know who you were then. So I have not seen those videos or know your journey about that. But I was very excited to get into this because I could tell how excited you were about getting back into trucking again. So I was excited to watch you because of your excitement. That was a great video. But yeah, that's gonna do it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and I'll see you next time.